Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman. This is the 23rd day of my 30 dress watches in 30 days challenge. And tonight we're looking at the Girard-Perregaux Vintage 1945 line. These are square-shaped cased watches that have Dauphine hands, big dates just below the 12 o'clock, and they're available in either stainless steel or a dark color titanium DLC case. So this lineup consists of 5 watches, 3 of them are skeletonized. So one of the skeletonized watches has the dark DLC case, crazy blue coloring on the skeletonized dial. Oh yes, and all these watches have moon phases just above the 6 o'clock. The DLC piece is called the Earth to Sky edition. And I like the colorway of this watch. I'm not a fan of skeletonized dials, usually, and this is the case with this piece. But I do appreciate the dark color of the case with the blue coloring on the dial. The hands and markers are dark, just like the case, so they kind of vanish in the dial though. I feel like it'd be really tough to tell the time on this watch, and that's kind of the whole point of watches. There's also the vintage 1945 XXL large date and moon phases, and this piece has a brown colored skeletonized dial on it. Or maybe that's gray. It looks like they may have used a tinted sapphire for the dial, which is nice. It kind of subdues the skeletonization a little bit. Christopher Ward does that really well. I like the framing of the big date on these pieces, and the font is very whimsical. Yeah, this colorway looks pretty good, and the skeletonization isn't terrible. The last of the skeletonized dials is simply the blue variant of the XXL large date and moon phases. And now that I look back on it, I think the DLC one also has this tinted crystal for the dial. And another thing to note on the big date is it's kind of cool when you can see the date wheels because the watch is skeletonized. And these wheels are pretty fun, just being big date wheels. But the 2 variants that I really like are the black dial variant and the silver or white dial variant. These 2 pieces are not skeletonized. They look classy and extra dressy, just great looking watches. The hour indices appear to be a bit smaller in these variants as well. In fact, with the black dial variant, they went with batten markers instead of the whimsical Arabic numerals. The big date on the black dial one has a black background date wheel. Well, 2 date wheels, which is nice, so it's white on black. The monochromatic moon phase wheel looks pretty good on this piece. The hour and minutes hands are silver. The sub-seconds hand and the hour markers are done in a gold or rose gold color. It's kind of difficult to tell in the photos. It looks pretty warm, so probably more of a rose gold. Oh, and I think that dial might be onyx, according to their specs. And the silver dial one is silver opaline. Now, being square watches, you have to kind of be careful with case sizes. These watches are 36.1 by 35.25 millimeters. They're 11.74 millimeters thick. So with those sizes being square, they might wear a little large. But, I mean, they're contemporary watches, so it's fine. The movement inside these watches is the GP03300. And these are automatic movements. These watches are not cheap, however, they're also not overly insane. You're looking at sort of reverso-ish prices. These retail for about $14,000. And I know there are some reversos that are $8,000, and I think the single face reversos are even cheaper than that, but there are other variants that are more. So, somewhere around there. I love the case design on these watches. They look great. They look really good in wrist shots. seem to wear pretty well, even at 36mm for a square. Alright. Yeah, I love the silver variant. Those look so cool. So there you have it, the Girard-Perregaux Vintage 1945 line. Thanks for watching.